Tonight, from Seattle, Washington, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Drew Lock and the Seattle Seahawks taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle, and we just heard it, and that means it's time for football at Lumen Field. Tonight we close out Week 7 with a good Monday night matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
And what a first half of the season he's had, leading the NFL in passing yards to this point. He's been a tough man to slow down. So this defense certainly has its work cut out for him.
They fake the handoff, now Lock. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Carson, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The Seahawks at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. They're in a real groove of late, winners of 5 of their last 6.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Throwing now is Lock. He'll find Metcalf. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
We both know it's a league where they seemingly throw throw the ball in just about every play. But watching him perform last week where he threw 3 touchdown passes still caught my eye in a big way.
Still kind of the gold standard, 3 touchdown passes, isn't it? And for his efforts last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I can't wait to see what he does this week.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. Jackson. Over the middle, connecting with Kohler. And he will have a Ravens first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but man, his first step is so quick too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Right back to Dobbins on 1st. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And Andrews lost the football, and the Seahawks have picked it up. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in the meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Steps away. He hits his target. A really good pickup of 28 yards. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lock. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away. Change.
Touchdown, Seahawks. Noah Fant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead grows to 10-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25.
Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game.
They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Tackle by Darrell Taylor. $10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the gun, it's Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jackson now. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Play action. Now Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Another run here with Dobbins. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far. And after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going. And really the offensive line not helping him much. On 3rd down, Jackson. And a pretty nice tackle there. Ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So 5 yards here. 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Tucker's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Lock now on 1st down. This complete to Lockett. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Right off the
bad. It's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. On play action, Locke.
Pass is caught. It's Metcalf going across the field here.
That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They look to throw. It's Locke. Forced out to his left. It's caught. Lockett. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Block off of play action. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here.
Left side complete to Lockett. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
Locke looks to throw it again. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Calais Campbell in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. So they had a good drive going, a chance to build on this first half lead, but now you kind of feel like we got a new ball game.
And you wonder what the discussion will be now at halftime, because I think we were headed towards 1. Now it's a different discussion altogether. One side optimistically, the other side wondering what could have been.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
Taken at the goal line.
So we are at halftime here on a Monday night, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where it was the Panthers who were able to come away with the home victory. Robbie Anderson, a touchdown catch in the victory. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Chicago Bears. Russell Wilson, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they were losers in their ball game as the visiting Buffalo Bills come in and took it to them. Devin Singletary, a touchdown run in the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been as tight as we expected, all tied through one half of play. For the call of the second half, let's get it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now it's Jackson. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him, but even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. And that, Charles, you'd have to think a pretty avoidable mistake.
You're exactly right about that, partner, because it all comes down to covering up the football. Look, turnovers are going to happen. They're inevitable. But in a tie game in the third quarter, those turnovers can change the tide of the...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. To throw it is Locke. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Rolling to his right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Jackson from the shotgun. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. The Ravens send their punter out now.
as he'll kick it away for the second time. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and here's Locke.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Play action. Now it's Locke sliding out of the pocket. Looking for the end zone. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
Well, there were about 70,000 that were quickly calling for that flag. It comes out there for pass interference.
What do you think, partner? A little sarcasm in that cheering from this crowd here tonight. What they're hoping now is to build a little momentum off of it.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Noah Fant, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Seahawks have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown.
Touchdown. Here's Myers to boot it away.
No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25.
And now here come the Ravens. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Jackson going to keep it running right.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Beating him there with his legs. 21 yards, 1st down.
An option handoff here to Dobbins. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Now Jackson steps away to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And he is going to have a Ravens first down as this defense cannot come up with a play that they need. In fact, they surrender a big chunk, 17 yards there on 4th down. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Jackson options out left, and he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number one.
It should be number one, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. That time a 9-play drive. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now Locke. And this is incomplete. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball. They've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards on the tuck and run. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Carson, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Lock. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Lock to throw.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Seahawks answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And they will take a 7-point lead. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Jackson.
On the move to his left.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Now Jackson.
And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Jackson to throw.
There goes a deep ball, end zone.
A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Throwing, Jackson.
And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for the Seahawks, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Arizona Cardinals next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.